David Mosier knives, Crossfire Midtech flipper. Stonewash color, overall length of 8 inches open, which is 20.32 centimeters. We have a 4.6 inch of closed length, 11.7 centimeters, with a blade length of 3.5 inches, 8.9 centimeters, blade thickness 0.156 inches, 4 millimeters thick, and we have a 3.25 inch or 8.3 centimeter cutting edge. The blade is made from CPM-154 stainless steel with the David Mosier Designs logo on the face side. The flipper design utilizes caged bearings for the pivot, and strong detent this knife possesses makes for the excellent action on this folder. It features titanium pocket clip, lanyard hole, jimping on the blade spine, very early lock up, flips perfectly, flips very well, and hits quite hard. Extremely nice knife, very well made. Weight on this is 6 ounces, about 170 grams, and comes in a zippered pouch. Pros: overall, the ergonomics, feel in hand, the flipping action, all perfect and wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. It's great. The action especially, it flips so amazingly. So some of the weaknesses on this knife, the cons, well, they were all boring and overpriced for the many customers when these guys came out. The price, when they came out, around 360 to 400 on these knives, and it resulted basically in the lack of enthusiasm about these knives when they came out. So the popularity kind of waned off because there was a whole bunch of similar design knives that came out around the same time, including Graham models, Kendrick model, the Mosier and others. Nevertheless, they all followed the same kind of formula: flat titanium slabs with small amount of milling, CPM-154 blades, and flipper on bearings. So pretty much formula was the same for these producers, and they were more expensive than the basically Chinese high-end production knives available at the time, like reed knives. They were much cheaper, less complex, and they worked just as fine. And it was just kind of hard to sell these knives for $400 to $500 price range. So this caused the excitement to wane and popularity for these knives to decrease. So the price point definitely is one flaw, one minus, I would say, on this knife. Another one, the flipper tab. The flipper tab, if you take a closer look, it's kind of, after you flip this knife several times and you keep flipping, then you kind of get this action. It does not grasp well, it slips, and you have to really press it down to flip it. So it's not as pleasant because you have to keep pressing it to open with the first flip, so it does not slide. Jimping here would have been very welcome. So if there were about 1 millimeter cuts, this jimping would have helped to grab the finger much better, to hold and flip it without necessarily pressing extra hard. For example, In the Hinderer XM18 we have a flipper that is more pointy, so it does grab well, but after 10-15 flips the sharp edge hurts your finger. So this is another kind of an extreme, but here this is just a little bit tough to keep flipping with single try until you press it down. So after you flip it maybe 10-15 times, yeah, your finger starts to slide on it. So either make the flipper more square design on the left end or put the jimping. That would have been definitely been a great idea on this knife. Anything else, aesthetically I just find color a bit boring. It's all just silver flows within silver stonewash color. I would like to see maybe if the handles were a little bit darker, like bronze titanium Hinderer. It flows very well with the silver color, or some other shade or anodizing done to it. Aesthetically it would have been more pleasing to the eyes. Overall, I'd give this knife 8.5 points out of 10. I think it's a well-made, well-designed, quality American knife. It is a pleasure to flip and fun to carry.